Welcome to Bible Storybook, where the pages of Scripture unfold not only as history, but as mirrors of human life and the mysterious wisdom of God. And today we enter the story of Elisha, the prophet who could hear the whispers of an enemy king, a tale that begins in the darkened chambers of Aram, where a restless king plotted war against Israel, bending over maps with his generals, whispering strategies of ambush and invasion, in tones hushed enough to be believed safe from the outside world. Yet every word he spoke, every scheme he devised, was already known in Israel. For God revealed it to Elisha, who warned the king of Israel time after time, saving his people not by sword, but by hearing. And as this strange pattern repeated itself, the Aramean king's anger boiled into paranoia until he confronted his own men, demanding to know which of them was a traitor leaking secrets to the enemy. But the servants, trembling yet truthful, told him there was no spy, only a prophet in Israel who could hear the very words spoken in his bedroom. And here lies the first thread of philosophy. Human beings trust in secrecy as their shield. But secrecy is fragile, for truth belongs not to walls or locks, but to the eternal. And when our plans unravel, we, like this king, often blame betrayal instead of asking whether our designs themselves are set against a greater wisdom. Yet the story does not end there. For in fury, the king of Aram sent a great army by night to capture Elisha, surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And at dawn, Elisha's servants saw the encirclement and trembled in despair, crying out, "What shall we do, my lord?" But Elisha, calm with vision born not of eyes but of faith, answered, "Do not be afraid, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them." And he prayed that his servant's eyes might be opened. And suddenly the young man saw the hills ablaze with horses and chariots of fire surrounding Elisha, a vision of the unseen reality that had always been there, hidden from ordinary sight. And here again the story presses into philosophy. Fear is born from seeing only the visible, but trust grows from perceiving the invisible. What we think of as isolation may be the company of the eternal. And then Elisha prayed again, this time for the blindness of the enemy, and the soldiers who came to capture him stumbled in confusion, led by the very man they sought, guided into the heart of Samaria where the king of Israel, eager for blood, asked if he should kill them. Yet Elisha refused, saying instead, "Do not strike them down, but set food and water before them so they may eat and return to their master." And so mercy triumphed over vengeance, hospitality over hostility. And when the soldiers were released, the raids ceased, and the war ended not by sword but by sight and compassion. And here the final meditation blooms. Strength does not lie in secrecy, nor in armies, nor in violence, but in the wisdom of perceiving truth and the courage of mercy. For the king of Aram saw only secrecy as power, and found it shattered. The servant saw only danger until his eyes were opened. The soldiers came in blindness and left in sight. But Elisha lived aligned with the eternal, showing us that the deepest victories are not of the battlefield, but of the spirit. And so the story asks us, do we live like the king, clinging to shadows, convinced that secrecy secures us, only to find ourselves undone by a greater reality? Do we live like the servant, overwhelmed by fear, needing our eyes opened to the protection already around us? Or do we strive to live like Elisha, attuned to the eternal, calm in the storm, merciful in the moment of power, and awake to a truth larger than any human scheme? These are questions worth carrying into our own lives. What do I fear that is only an illusion of sight? What voices am I listening to, my own anxiety or the whisper of the eternal? And when I face power over another, do I answer with vengeance or with mercy? My friend, ponder these questions. Let them shape your path, and remember that the wisdom of God still speaks, still opens eyes, and still reveals truth beyond the walls of secrecy. Thank you for listening to this story, and I invite you to come back for more Bible stories that inspire, challenge, and awaken the soul. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next chapter in this journey of wisdom and faith.